Good morning. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina, so it's 8:30 in the morning. Everybody's nice and ready to go for the day. I think some people are sitting in bed eating breakfast. Some people are on the go, all that good stuff. But let's turn our cameras on, if we can, just so that we can engage and interact. So thank you, Allison and Anna, for having me today. I wanted to share something with you guys that is really important to me. It's something that I learned kind of in my journey of growth since I came over to EXP. Very, very quick backstory about me. So I've been in the industry since 2010. I don't think I said that right. I think as an agent, we're supposed to say, I've been doing this for 16 years, right? Isn't that how we're supposed to say it? Like super condescending and like rubbing it in people's face. So I've been in the business since 2010. I spent 13 years at my previous brokerage. All right. So it's the only thing I knew. But in 2023, uh, drop it in the chat real quick. Who was in Miami? Who saw me speak in Miami? You guys have me spotlighted, so I can only see. I'm going
I
to
think we
remove my
got, I know
spotlight.
Laura,
Yeah,
Anna,
cool.
Allison. Felicia, were you in Miami?
Yes, I was in Miami.
Felicia, I'm trying to see who else was out there. I
Yeah,
think it
Dave
might
cool.
was
just be
there.
that group.
All
Dave.
right.
Yes.
So I touched on this a little bit on stage, but this was my journey. In 2023, I was sitting in my office at my former brokerage feeling super stuck, stalled, and frustrated. I had hit a ceiling and I didn't really know what was next. And as I started to go through this journey, once I left there and came to EXP, I started to learn a lot of things about myself and a lot of things about science and the brain and our internal thermostat and all of that. So I'm not going to get super technical with you today, but I want to share something with you called the upper limit problem. And so let me start out by asking you guys a question. Have you ever noticed that right when things start going really well in your business, you're in that rhythm, closings are stacking up, referrals are rolling in, something weird happens. Maybe a deal falls apart, you get sick, you suddenly stop prospecting, you take a week off, and somehow that turns into 2 weeks off, right? Had that happen? Yeah, just about all of us, right? And if it hasn't happened to you, you're either lying to yourself or it just hasn't happened yet, but it will. It's like your brain hits this invisible success alarm and it's like, hey, hold on. We don't live here. We don't live up here. We live down here. And so that's what we're talking about today. This actually has a name in psychology. It's called the upper limit problem. And when I learned about this, really within the last year, I started deep diving into it because I realized every single thing that I read about it, it's almost like going on WebMD and you pull up something, you're like, oh my gosh, I have that. Oh my gosh, I have that. Oh my gosh, I have that. I'm dying. Right. As I read through the upper limit problem and what this is, I was just like, literally, I have all of those things. So then I just started diving deeper into it. And it's one of those things that once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's going to completely change how you look at things, not just in your business, but really in how you see yourself. So my goal today is not to like teach you some complicated system or script. I know Anna and Allison and I were kind of texting like, do you guys want mindset? Do you want like tactical stuff? And I think like mindset sometimes can be like really frou-frou, but I think that this is a real problem that almost all of us deal with. And as I've learned more about it, I'm just excited to share it with you. So my goal really is to help you understand what's actually running in the background of your business and how to break through that for good. All right. Because here's the hard truth: you can have all the right systems, all the leads, all the best training. You have the best team leader in the state of North Carolina. I can promise you that. But if your internal thermostat for success is set too low, you're going to keep finding ways to bring yourself back down. So the term upper limit problem comes from a book. It's called The Big Leap. Put that in the chat here. And the author is Gay Hendricks. So there's the book. And that's where it comes from. It's one of those books that just kind of punches you in the face, but in the best way, right? And he says that every one of us has this built in limit on how much success, love, and happiness that we'll allow ourselves to have before our subconscious starts working to pull us back down. And it's not punishment, it's your systems really trying to protect you. Your brain is wired to keep you safe. And safe doesn't mean happy, it just means familiar. So your brain is going to pull you back to what feels safe and familiar and comfortable. So if you've spent years operating at a certain income level or confidence level or comfort level, and then suddenly you start to go beyond that, your mind panics. It says, this isn't who we are. We don't like this. So think of it like a thermostat. So if you set your thermostat to 72 degrees, you got a hot streak, you got closings, momentums, money coming in, and suddenly you're at 80 degrees, what happens? Your brain kicks on the AC and it cools you right back down to that 72 degrees. You procrastinate, you get distracted, you start second guessing yourself, and then you're right back at that temperature that you're used to. And that's how it showed up for me. I would get busy and hide in busy work and delay making phone calls. And I said on stage in Miami, it wasn't because I didn't know what to say. It wasn't because I was, afraid I wouldn't say the right thing. It was because I wasn't comfortable with the level of success that I was having. And just to kind of sprinkle that in, since I left my former brokerage and came here, I've been here about 2.5 years now. My business has grown 400%. And I'll go ahead and address the question that probably popped in everybody's mind. How did you do that? Yes, I show up every day and I do the work and I focus on my 3 pillars of lead generation. That's a whole nother topic. But the reality is, it was the environment that unlocked that door to the next level. I quit hanging around people that were selling 5, 6, 7, 10 homes a year. And I started hanging out with people selling 5, 6, 700 homes a year. Right. And so, yeah, I knew that question was going to come, Blake. What are your 3 pillars of lead gen? So that's not today's topic. You'll have to beg Allison and Anna to invite me back
No,
for
hit
another
him with
day.
it. Give us one. Just tease one.
So I do a lot with direct mail and geographic farming. So that was actually a topic I had thought about talking about today. But I think like this is so important
We'll get you
because
back on next year in 2026. We'll get you doing the 3 pillars.
yeah, because here's the thing, like I can teach you how to go farm, but if you go do that and you succeed at it and you haven't worked on the inside's going to pull you right back down and you're going to stop doing it. So let's fix the
That's
back
super
end and
powerful.
then we'll get the front end going. So
Super powerful.
yeah, Blake, happy to chat with you. So shoot me a message. All right. So it's just about the environment, right? So that's your upper limit problem, that thermostat that brings you back down. It's not a skill issue, it is a capacity issue. I'm going to say that again. You don't have a skill issue, you have a capacity issue. Your ability to hold success without guilt, anxiety, or self sabotage. I actually get emotional when I talk about this because it is so real for me. Like, as I started learning about this, God, it was just like ticking box after ticking box. So, um, in the book, it says that there's 4 hidden barriers that keep you stuck under that limit. So I'm going to tell you right now, every single person, how many people do we have on here? We got 40 people on here. Every single person in here has at least one and probably 2 of these. Okay. So I'm going to ask you after I read these 4, if you want to speak up and share which one of these 4 resonated with you, cool. I'm not going to put you on the spot. We're not going to like hold hands and sing kumbaya. But if you want to speak up and share your experience with that, that'd be great. So let's run through it and think about which one hits home for you. So, number 1, feeling fundamentally flawed. And this one sounds like I don't deserve that kind of success. I'm not as good as those agents or those top producers. And here's one of my favorites. Once I have X figured out, then I'll go all in. And I shared a quote in Miami. You don't wait for belief to show up before you act. You show up anyways, you act anyways, and the belief catches up. So this is imposter syndrome dressed up as logic. You don't go all in because deep down, you don't think that you're enough yet. And I'm here to tell you that's a lie. Okay. You are. You deserve it. You just have to push beyond that thermostat. Number 2, disloyalty and abandonment. So this one sounds like if I grow too much, I'll leave people behind. Or my family, my friends, they won't relate to me anymore. So instead of stepping up, you slow down. You try to stay small so that you can stay connected. So Anna, in your, I am going to put you on the spot real quick. In your growth to having like a big team and doing all this production, I'm sure there's some people that you used to associate with when you sold 5 homes a year that you probably don't associate with anymore, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And even more so, it's like those were agents that I so desperately wanted to then bring into our environment. And it's almost like I'm detached from the outcome of getting them here now because I actually don't think that it's like I know that the capacity is not there. So like I don't even know that they'll understand the in my words, guys, the gift that I'm like bestowing upon them
It
because it's
is.
just we're
Yeah.
so far apart. And it we Allison and I laughed because Allison and I
Anna, we just got off the phone, Josh. We just spent an hour this morning talking about
thinking about this.
this struggle. It's a struggle as you
Yeah.
grow. And it doesn't
It
matter where
is.
you are in your growth. I think the other thing is this isn't just a team leader thing. It's as you grow and you step up, that process of that riser from step here to here is stress. And that's what you're talking about. It's that thermostat really pulling you down because I
Yeah.
don't want to leave people behind, but I'm growing and I'm being pulled,
Yep.
it's a struggle.
It's a process for sure.
Growth,
So
growth is
I'm going to
hard.
circle back to that in just a second. But yeah, I mean, that's part of it. So here's number three, believing that success is a burden. If I sell more homes, I'll have no life. If my business grows, I'll lose my freedom. And so we attach pain to success so we avoid it. We think that the next level means that you got more stress instead of more systems. And if I've learned anything in fast forward movement, it's about systems and how we can grow and scale the right way. And I want to be really clear. I'm not here to like try to get you to sell 1,000 homes a year. Okay. If you're cool selling 10 or 12 homes a year, that's awesome. I just want you to be more comfortable doing it. I want you to live your life to enjoy the success that you're having because you do deserve it. And here's number four, the crime of outshining. The crime of outshining. Now, this one's a little sneaky. You start doing well and then you feel bad about it. I've been there. You don't want to talk about your wins. I've been there. Now, I'm pretty vocal about them within fast forward movement because there's no judgment there and there's no agenda. I'm just like so grateful. But then John Pugh and Dan and Kyle and all these other people are like, cool. Now stop putting that shit in fast forward movement's private Facebook group and start telling the world about it. Right. So you don't want to talk about your wins. You don't want to make anybody else feel small. And so you dim your light, you pull back. And here's the thing, when you dim your light to make others comfortable, nobody sees what's possible. So, which one of those four sounds like you?
Who wants to be vulnerable and unmute and we've got somebody saying I have a connection to and feel all four. Yeah, does anybody
Yeah.
want to kind of dive in on that?
This is Omar. I'll go.
Go ahead.
And I'll just say for the group, I'm very new to EXP. This is probably week 3 for me, so I'm really
Awesome.
excited to
Welcome.
be part of the team. But I've spent 20 plus years at American Express previously, and the one that resonated the most with me, Josh, was I'll start X after I accomplish Y. Not really putting all the effort into what's necessary to fuel the growth.
Yeah. Yep. I get it. Seeing a lot of 1 and 4.
One
Those
and
are pretty
four.
common. Yeah.
Who
I'll
said
go.
that?
I was at the meeting yesterday. Omar, first of all, I didn't know you just joined. I'm super excited to see you, by the way, because I know you. We had our team meeting yesterday, and I had called Allison the day before because I was just wanted to tell her she was wonderful and share something, which worked out really well. But in the team meeting, she's like, "I'm just going to brag on Val for a second." She's like, "Stand up." I was like, "I don't freaking want to stand up and talk about this. This is weird." But my son just earned a trip to Spain, and I can pay for the whole thing. And I'm like, I kind of feel like that's
Yeah.
like you're bragging, and I don't think that's
Yeah.
right.
Guys, there's people in your world that are watching you and would die to be where you are right now. And for a lot of you, where you are right now today is where you were praying and hoping 5 years ago that you would be, or a year ago. Okay. So we got to get comfortable with it. All right. So how does this show up in our real estate life? Let's talk about what this actually looks like in our world. So you're on a streak. You got 3 closings in a week. Your pipeline's full, and then suddenly you stop making calls. We're all guilty of it. We've all done it. That's not laziness. That's your upper limit showing up. So you finally get caught up on bills. You got some extra cash, and somehow Amazon Prime gets real busy. That's your upper limit saying you've got too much comfort. Spend some of that money. Or you hit your goal for the month, and the next day you're rearranging your office. Nope, that's your brain turning on that AC again because you feel uncomfortable with what just happened. So I dare anybody on this call, all 41 of us, tell me that doesn't sound familiar.
It's so evident, and it's a pattern. And I feel like I see it in myself. I see it in my family members. I see it in everybody that I coach. And I think that just being conscientious of it is the point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all have it. We all go through
Yep.
it. We just need to be conscious.
We do.
of it.
Right. And so we have to be aware of it. And so I'll be very real with you. When I joined EXP, my business totally exploded. I didn't know how to handle it. And I was really thinking in the moment, like, is this real? Can I even sustain this? Honestly, I was just waiting for something bad to happen. And that's when I realized I wasn't uncomfortable because of failure. I was uncomfortable because of success. That upper limit doesn't show up when you're struggling. See, all I've known, and I want to preface this by saying I don't have some crazy, like, hard life backstory. Like, my parents are still married. They're not in the best of health. They're in their 70s and 80s, but they're still married. They're still alive. Like, family life wasn't bad growing up. I've never been to jail. Well, I was a cop, so I've been to jail hundreds of times, but um, never been arrested, any of that stuff. So, I don't have some crazy story, but like the financially, it's just always been the struggle. It's always like I've heated my house before by turning the stove on and opening the door, right? Like I've been there. So um it it was just having that success is what made it very difficult. So that upper limit doesn't show up when you're struggling. It shows up right after you've leveled up. It's like a test saying, can you hold this without shrinking back? Okay, so we've all identified it. We know what our 4 barriers are. So how do we break through that ceiling? How do we get past this? So here's 4 things that have worked for me and a lot of high performing agents that I've talked to and work with. Okay. Number 1, and I'm going to put these in the chat. Name it when it happens. Oh, it's creating a list since I put number 1. So I'll do all 4 of them and then I'll drop it in the chat. So number 1, name it when it happens. The second you recognize it, you take away its power. Oh, this isn't burnout. This is my upper limit kicking in. See, when you start to feel run down and defeated and tired, it's probably not burnout. It's probably not exhaustion. It's your upper limit finding a way to make you pull back. That awareness alone is a powerful weapon. Number 2, expand your tolerance. Expand your tolerance for success.
Okay.
Okay. You can train yourself to hold more good things. When things go well, instead of waiting for the other shoe to drop, practice gratitude. When you feel that discomfort, say to yourself, this is what growth feels like. I'm expanding. It is uncomfortable. Okay. Number 3, anchor your success in service. So if you start feeling guilty for winning, tie it back to why you want to win. So for me, I'm super clear on my big why. It's to impact and influence others. That's what fuels me. That's why I agreed to be on here today. Anna's not paying me. Now, I am in Charlotte. I also serve South Carolina. I'm happy for referrals, all that good stuff, right? But that's not why I'm here. I'm here because my big why is to impact and influence others. And I can do that with 41 of you this morning. All right. When success feels selfish, it shrinks. But when it's rooted in service, it expands. And then number 4, I love this one. This is huge for me. Surround yourself with people who normalize success. I don't know how many, Allison, Anna, is everybody on this call? Are they on your team? No. Do we have guests from other brokerages?
We usually have a few guests from other brokerages.
Okay.
Most people are EXP. They're not necessarily just on our teams, but they're within our organization and our kind of ecosystem.
All part of Fast Forward movement?
We would hope so. And if not,
okay. Okay. So here's the reason why I say that, guys. This isn't an EXP plug. This is not a Fast Forward movement plug, but it is about that environment. That's what my whole topic was about in Miami. It's about the rooms that you're putting yourself in and the environment that you're putting yourself in, because the environment is going to beat willpower every single time. Every single time. So if everybody around you thinks that 10 closings a year is great, then that's your ceiling. But if you're hanging out with people doing 50, 100, 200, 600, your thermostat starts to adjust. That's what Fast Forward did for me, and it showed me what's possible. And honestly, it's started to make it normal for me. Now I'm looking at, so I'll do 40 units this year as a solo agent. I have like a little micro team. I got a production partner and a TC, but it's really just me. Like I'll do 40 deals this year. 15-year ago me, hell, 5-year ago me, like wouldn't even think that 40 is possible, right? Now I'm sitting here doing 40 deals, like, okay, well, next year I need to do 100. And I'm tracking people like Lindsay Stevens and all these big guys that are throwing up these big numbers, okay? Any thoughts on those 4 that I dropped in the chat there? So these are our 4 ways to kind of get past this when it starts to creep in.
I think
everyone needs to be around Allison and Anna. That's just, I believe that. If you're not around them, then you need to be. Figure out how to get around them. Blake, same thing. You need to be around Blake. Like I can't see anybody else on there, but you have to be around those people. That is literally the best way to break through, in my opinion. That's helped me whenever I've got stuck. Is okay, let me call Allison, or let me get around Allison, or let me go to a team meeting, anything. It's huge.
Yeah, I think number 4, surround yourself with people who normalize success is very important. And as you become more conscientious about these topics and you start looking at this in everything you do in your daily life, you start realizing like the people that are saying, let's go do this, or let's go to lunch, or let's distractions, right? And if that's the life by design you want to live, that's fine. But if you start auditing your last 1 day, 1 week, 1 year, 10 years, you start to realize that, your habits are a direct reflection of your business and who you are. And so the normalizing success is very important, because it just becomes your thermostat and it resets it.
Allison, I want to, jump on number 4 because it really resonated. But, it took me a long time to listen to you guys and Tina and whoever else was like, get in rooms with, people bigger than you. And it took me going to Phoenix, a month ago with this Watson Powers event and listening to Andy Elliott. And I was the littlest fish in the ponds to actually realize and, just say, whatever, start social media. Heck, I've been to church the last 3 Sundays, and I think that's more times I've been to church in my whole life. So just like it's a different mindset when you're around these successful people with big businesses. And that's kind of what it took. It took me a long time to actually start going to, well, that was my first event, but it was kind of life-changing, to be honest.
It is. And I literally have chill bumps because we talk about purpose and why. And like, I am not an emotional person, but that brings so much joy to me, Blake. I mean, it really is about finding the people that care so deeply about your success and normalizing being in big rooms. And so like what Anna and I are doing is so important for our why and what we want to do and the legacy we want to leave. And Josh, it's amazing you coming on and having this talk with us, because another thing, like John Cheplack has said this so many times that, Josh, what you're saying is not new. It's things we've talked about many, many times, right? But sometimes you have to say it so many times for people to hear it and for it to sink in. And so getting in rooms, even if it's just on the Wednesday in Power, it's your first stepping stone to connecting with people that are normalizing success. And yeah. I think it's so important that everybody on this Zoom realizes that you are checking number 4 right now. You are surrounding yourself with people who normalize success.
Yeah.
And you just need to keep doing that.
I want to share just 2 sentences from a Facebook post that I made yesterday. And this is kind of in the middle of the post, but just tying it into our conversation here. Just because the people that you're around are nice and have fun doesn't mean that they're the group to take you to the next level. I spent 13 years around fun, nice people that did some business and had a good time doing it. But here's the thing, the reason why I share that is um, those people that were sitting in that office every day at my former brokerage, they weren't selling a ton of houses. And look, this is not to production shame anybody, but I think we all know, there's people like Anna and Allison that have this big team and put up these big numbers and they have zero ego. And then you have the guy that sells 4 houses a year for $1.1 million and has the biggest ego and think he's like the next $1 million listing Raleigh star, right? Like Bravo's going to come cast a show with him on it because he does 4 deals a year, right? So I've really learned. It's so funny. My wife and I were having a conversation about that in Miami. Um, had the opportunity to go to a very expensive open house in Miami. It was $27.5 million home. Yeah, and one of the guys that was hosting it that I've become friends with, he is a celebrity agent, and he has zero ego, none. And my wife, it was the first time she had gotten to meet him, and she was like, wow, a guy like that you would think would have such an ego. And he doesn't because he normalizes success and he normalizes being in rooms with people that help him grow. So it's about being in that environment. You guys are in that environment, being in Empower. You have it in Fast Forward Movement. So I just want you to know that. So as we're wrapping up here, here's my challenge for you. All right. I want you to take one area of your life or business that you've been playing small. And this week, I want you to do something that expands your capacity. I'm not talking about hustling harder. I'm talking about expanding your capacity. Because every single time that you level up, your brain is going to test you. It's going to whisper, are you sure you belong here? I know that voice very well. Your job is to prove that you do, in fact, belong here. So remember, it's not your ceiling. It's your comfort zone that is pretending to protect you. All right. So let's open it up. What's your upper limit showing up as right now? And who's felt that thermostat kick on lately?
Come on, guys. Come on,
Anna,
guys.
I see your hand up.
Mine's on. Mine's on because last week we decided we were going to change up our CRM, and I've been sitting here for 3 days being like, I'm just not as good at this as I used to be. I don't get the same joy from operations that I used to. This is just harder than it used to be. I used to be able to do this. Look at all the things I've done. That's the narrative I told myself all weekend while I worked on that mother fudger. And it is almost done. It will be done at 10 o'clock for our team meeting. But yeah, I mean, like, that's not reality. That's just like my brain being like, you don't want to, like you've done it once, like maybe you can't do it again,
Yeah. Yeah. I want to drop this little nugget on you guys. I want you to remember that you're not scared because you can't do it. You're scared simply because it's new. That's it. You'd be amazed at what you can actually do and achieve. You're not scared because you can't do it. You're scared because it's new. Who else has something? Someone other than Allison and Anna.
I have something. This is Demetria out of Charleston. I live in Charleston. I have always said I need to get over the bridge, but I'm like comfortable over in Somerville, Latson, Orangeburg area. So that is my challenge that I have been posed with, just thinking I don't belong over the bridge. If that, Mount Pleasant, that's what I
Mm-hmm.
mean.
Girl, they
So
need your energy in Mount Pleasant. I can promise you that.
yes. So I know I belong there, but it's like me pushing myself to get there. So I feel like I'm holding myself back from what could be because I get comfortable. I get 6 sales a month. Oh, I'm good. And, like you said, my thermostat cools me down. So,
Yep.
I got to do what I got to do.
Demetria, I don't know you, but I want to know you. And I just texted Anna, Who is this? Who
Oh,
is this?
I'm Dimitri. I'm Didi.
Wait, well, I know. I just texted Al too. I was like, I don't know who Demetri is, but I can't wait to meet her.
Okay.
Listen, I'm with Dave and Felicia.
Oh,
No way!
Felicia. Connect.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
connect
you
us.
family. You
Girl,
family.
okay.
Yes, I am. I am. So
Connect
yeah,
them.
look, let's get connected. I'm ready because I know my ceiling is not a ceiling. So it's just I gotta do it.
Yes,
Yep.
me too. I love
Yep.
that.
Andrea, you had your hand up. You're muted.
Yes,
There you
I
go.
had to get it off. I've been with Anna for 2.5 years, a little over 2.5 years. And you get those stinking recruiting calls and texts and stuff all the time. And I'm like, I told the last guy, because I just get irritated with him and I shouldn't. But I was like, listen, as long as I'm in real estate, I'm going to be with Anna Powell Real Estate. If I ever get out of real estate, then I'm done. Like, there is no other for me because, like, this last year has been super personally challenging for about 14 months. And it's hearing that voice like, you can't succeed. Like, people on my team are selling, selling, selling. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome, guys. I haven't had a closing since February. So it's like, obviously, the narrative in my head keeps telling me, you cannot do this, Andrea. You haven't done it for 8 months. But it's when you said surround yourself with the people who normalize success, I can do it. I've done it before. I
Yeah.
can, but I've never thought of it as a thermostat, but like the support of my team lately through this personal struggle has been incredible. And Anna is the type that, like, she will love you. She loves me. I'm her sunshine and I adore her for that. But on the days that she's like, listen, I want to be sweet to you, but today I'm going to kick you in the butt because you need to get busy. It's that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I responded to Allison's story this week. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you are amazing!" Because I love just the put it out there and transparency and just get her done kind of a
Yeah.
thing. So this has been really good today because I'm definitely feeling fundamentally flawed for
Look,
sure.
I'll tell you something I've learned in growing up. So I'm in my 40s now. Everybody that you think has all this shit figured out has no freaking clue what they're doing either. They just have the courage every day to like do the next thing, right? I
Yeah.
actually bumped into somebody the other day at Target, somebody that I grew up going to church with. So I'm 43. He said he just turned 62. So when I was in the youth group, he was in his 30s, right? Um, you see all these people and you're like, man, they got life figured out. And you're like 16 and you're seeing these people that are 30 and you're like, man, they know what they're doing. They got it figured out. Well, now that I'm an adult and I still know those people, they're all also getting divorces. They're all also facing financial struggles. They all have no freaking clue what they're doing every day. Their kids are a hot mess, right? So nobody has this shit figured out. All right. So don't be hard on
Yeah.
yourself. And this isn't a shot at Anna or Allison, but I'm going to use their names because all of you know them very
I'm
well.
sorry, hold on.
Instead of
We're on
me,
a high. No, Josh. No, no, no. We're on a high. Everyone's telling us how great we are. I literally
yeah,
just texted Anna and said, quit talking dirty to
and
me.
you are great. And here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. So this is to the 37 people on here that are not Anna, me, or Allison. Ain't nothing special about Anna and Allison. You guys can do the exact same thing they do. I love you, Anna.
No,
Mute yourself.
you
Mute
exactly right.
yourself.
That is my line. If I
Yeah,
can do it, you can do it because
yeah,
I'm an idiot sandwich.
yeah. Guys, Dan Beer, Kyle Whistle, Lindsey Stevens, Colton. I'm trying to be careful how I say this next thing. Like, we're all a freaking hot mess. You just got to do it anyways, right? We're all figuring it out as we go.
Dude, I saw that. I think it was somebody talked about this week. I think Josh, you might have alluded to it because I think I've seen it popping around a few times. I think Kyle posted, he was like, I want to be around people that are super serious in business, but super silly in life. And I've posted
Yeah,
that multiple times this week. Like, go be serious about your business and just stay silly in life because it is a freaking fun way to live. I can
yeah,
say that.
it is.
Down to say every day's fun. Yesterday was not fun for me. I did not have a fun day yesterday. If you saw me yesterday, my sparkle was not real bright. But I mean, since you guys have told me how great I am this morning, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yep. So as we close out here, look, I appreciate everybody showing up today for yourselves. Keep pushing that ceiling. Nobody is on this call by accident. You're here because you're ready for more. If there's any way that I can help, just let me know. I'll drop my Instagram name in the chat if I can type correctly.
Shameless plug, because I'm very competitive and this is very important to me. Our team was nominated for the team of the year for the Triangle Reel Producers, and the gala is next week. So I have put the link there. So if you guys would kindly click on it, I mean, you can vote for whoever you feel like, you don't have to vote for me, but would you please vote for us? And if you voted once, maybe you can vote again. I'm not sure. Just go ahead and
No, I logged on as my mama, my sister, my husband. I logged on as
shameless
everybody,
plug.
like,
Oh shoot, I think I just clicked Tina's name on there. No, I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
told you to
joking.
vote for who you
I'm
wanted to.
joking. I'm joking.
Also, if you guys aren't following and you would be interested, we are doing a November challenge. We are about 5 days in. It's posting a reel a day to be very consistent with getting your followers and learning consistency through social media. Anna and I will throw this back out through Empower in our emails if you're registered. So please let us know if you need anything. Please reach out to Anna or I. We are happy to connect, make sure that you are plugged into the Fast Forward movement, Facebook groups, and everything with access if you are in our organization. And if you have a topic that you are just really, really wanting, let us know. We will find the speaker. We will connect you with the people that that you need to be connected with, because it is all about collaboration. And so, Josh, this was really powerful. I'm getting text messages and people saying this was amazing. So we are so appreciative for you for being here, and everybody that showed up this morning. We want to sincerely thank you.
Absolutely. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
you
much.
letting me be here.
Next week, my accountant and the man that keeps me out of orange and in the green at the bank is going to be on to talk about some strategies at the end of the year to make sure that you guys are keeping what you're making, so that you are not letting a god awful number go back to the government. Keep it, invest it, build your business. So Anthony will be on with us next week. I would highly encourage you to be here. He's a very, very, very smart cat, and he's going to give his time to you guys. So we'll see you next week for some very tactical money saving advice. Happy Wednesday. And thank you guys. Thanks, Josh.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Go be great.
Thank you.
Ta-ta.
Thank you.